cheaters don't, this is Sophie Murithi says, cheaters don't allow you to access their phone because they know very well they're cheating. Where did you marry, her or him? Then you could have stayed single, or if you're not happy in that relationship, just leave it. Looking at our SMSs, Benjamin, my husband, even at 1:30 a.m., is on his social media every day. 1:30 a.m. Are we supposed to be sleeping?
So let's say this: if you tolerate disrespect, if you tolerate outright disrespect, don't come here to complain about your partner.
No.
Mwikalivi is a role for me and you to set boundaries of what you can put up with.
Yes.
Some of these people are being treated this way because they have indicated that they are desperate without this person.
And they allowed
exactly
to be treated.
Remember, what you refuse to deal with, you are choosing to live with.
That's true.
What you refuse to deal with. If a person, how can you be in bed and you're on the phone?
How? So are we saying that we should not take our phones to the bedroom?
No, we do take it. When you become family people, there are things you can't just ignore. You can't just lock phones away. You have a lot going on.
Yeah.
And you can be needed at night. But what you usually do, like in my case, I leave the business phone away. I only go with the personal phone.
Okay.
Because business phones, it's daylight elsewhere. People are calling, texting, doing things.
Yes.
But we switch off the internet. We switch off the bundle because they keep on peeping. All right?
Okay.
The phone is here in case of a genuine family emergency. I am still reachable from the personal circles.
Okay.
But let's say that for a person to be on social media
at 1:30 a.m.
No, that's not acceptable. You need to discuss that and say this is not possible. This is not doable. Sometimes, Mwikali, you suffer insomnia. And the only thing you can keep yourself busy with the phone. Tiptoe away to the sitting room there.
Okay.
Respect me enough that I need to sleep. You are having activities here and I'm asleep. No, that's not okay. The other things we had not mentioned is that when something happens to you, don't post it on social media before you share with your partner. Like, they should not be shocked by the world.
Okay.
Oh, I see your wife has gotten promotion. Tell me first. The other thing is, if I call and you're on another phone, tell me who it was when we talk.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Seriously?
If I can't get you, your phone is busy, that feels bad when you're my woman.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It could be anything.
It could be anything. And I don't mean I'm suspicious. Just tell me, oh, sorry, I was talking to my boss. That's okay. Oh, sorry, it was, we were sorting other issues.
It was a client.
You feel, you should, there's something about rejecting a call or the call telling you not this person, it feels bad on normal circumstances. But when it is your person this time, it is particularly disturbing. It's not about being immature, it's just the fact that you are mine.
But I can be on a phone call.
No, we are not saying you justify it. Just mention.
Okay.
Another thing is, if we are talking with you and another one calls and it's peeping from me, two.
And you're on the other end of the phone.
Yes, we are talking both of us. And there's a person looking for you incessantly.
And I tell you, I'll call you back instead of even telling you who is calling.
Don't do that. Clear the air. Tell me, what could they be calling about?
Okay.
Ama, this one was waiting. There's something. Let me sort, then I come back.
Okay.
Always mention. Keep your partner from worrying.
Okay.
All right. Another thing is, if there are things that people who live so online is their work. They work online.
Yes.
So that they can be home, but they're not home. They can be home, but so create breaks where you can actually talk, chat, play, joke, have fun. Remember, relationships, although we associate more with the fans and games.
Yes.
There's a part of therapy. There's part of healing. But just having a break, reliving, playing. I hope, and some people, because I told you there are women who've grown up with very serious fathers.
Yeah.
So they hate the image of serious because they think those are dry. Others grew up with unserious and fun-loving and drunkard and partying fathers. So they want the opposite. You don't want either very serious and tough and dry or very romantic, playful and stable. You want a person who is both principled and stable but also knows how to play.
Okay.
Please get that combination. So that in between, and then you practice it. You learn it. You can teach each other. Some of us have the tendency, especially firstborns. They had no time to play. They had to cook for everyone, clean for everyone, cook food, prepare, then call them from play. Come and eat now. Now they take them to bed, then sleep last. So their firstborns, their default is serious life. You have to teach them that, hey, sometimes poke them. Poke them, they get to poke them again. They're too serious. And I told men to organize their families eventually to live in the same house. Eventually, as much as possible.
Yes.
Let us avoid living apart throughout. As much as possible. Even if one of you, your career is very big, let another one take a very flexible career that you can organize with stay together in the same family. Family should be in the same compound. How will you help me with the clothing? Help me with the food? If we only meet once a month? If we only meet weekend, who am I with the rest of the week?
Yeah.
I ask men, and because we are the leaders, we are the ones who can do most of these adjustments and set the rules. Say that eventually we can start working apart because we need the jobs.
Yes.
When we are starting, we need the
Yes.
jobs badly.
Yes.
We can't. But eventually, as we become more, we need to have the intention of moving in together. To start to live together as a family, to do things together as a family. And have you realized, Mikali, the best ideas when you're talking with people who matter to you come spontaneously. You don't plan them.
You don't plan them.
It's the conversation that brings them.
Yes.
So in increased moments of conversation, in increased moments, another thing about flirting. It's emotional cheating when you're talking more to other people than to your own.
You see, most people say it's just conversation. I'm not cheating.
But we started that way with you, me and you.
Ah, that's true.
It was just conversation, but look where it has led. Conversations can lead anywhere. And this thing, people have crossed boundaries by the time they're talking about vulgar. You know, that's audio pornography. They're sending nudes, they're sending. You have crossed boundaries far too far. And that's when people start hiding their phones. And they start accusing us because you are nosy. There should be a mutual understanding that I don't keep on... And I tell men not to get into the handbags of the women to get the phone. Don't get into a handbag of women. That's not a gentleman.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. If the
Wait
phone
until they come.
If the phone rings, carry the whole handbag, give her.
Achukue mwenyewe.
Don't dip your hand when you're finding her private things in the handbag. That's not a gentleman.
We have so much feedback here, Zulu. Hello, Wikali and Zulu. Talking of this gadget, my husband akija nyumbani huwa anazima simu na akifungulia anaweka silent. I can see he's kind of addicted because hata saa 8 za usiku wako online. Actually, we've talked about this. We argue off the phone so many times. And Joanne says, for me, actually, the phone has ruined my relationship because I'm never close to it. Everyone's always asking me why it's a mobile device. So na yeye hayuko na simu yake.
No, that's another problem of another type.
Yes.
You need to be reachable, even when you're at home. There are women who forget their phone and then they can't function because nowadays communication goes on constantly. Maybe it's communication from work. Attend to this. Nowadays with online working, you need to be reachable. So if you realize you have that mental absence, this is a personality type that is particularly gadget off. They forget it.
Yeah.
So if you need to practice. Maybe you buy that shows thing to punish yourself. Hang it here for a period. Or put it, do something. You know, we buy our mothers because they will forget it and go to somebody.
That's true. That is true.
So now we have to get this phone on your body somehow.
Because clearly she's saying there's a problem in the relationship now because she's unreachable.
There's a girl I dated and I think that's one reason we couldn't go any far.
Allah.
She will return your calls after 3 days.
3 days huyo hakukua. Huyo Benjamin Zulu.
I was alone.
Hapo ulichezwa. I went through my man's phone when he was in the bathroom. What I found, some ladies sending him nudes, another lady, he was lying to me that she is his cousin, and they were dating. I never told him what I saw on his phone. I just told him I feel like I need a break from our relationship. I never told him I went through his phone till today. He doesn't know why I left him.
No, gather the evidence and confront. Give people the chance, closure. Don't leave people hanging. You may take a while to disclose, but some of those things, forward them to yourself. Screenshot.
Yeah.
And show them, this is what I saw and I realized you're living a secret life.
Yeah.
This phone should not facilitate secrets. And remember, when we have a difference, you should not bring the difference over the phone unless we are long distance. One of these days, we do talk about long distance relationships exclusively.
Yes, we should.
Especially abroad. Somebody is in another time zone or in another country, another continent. Because one of the rules is, even when we are not talking, never fail to pick the call of your partner. Even when we are not in talking terms, because the call could be another thing. Could be about another thing. There's a lot going on between us.
Yes.
If I call you and I want to discuss that and you're not ready, you can always say you're not ready to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
Or maybe, so always keep the communication lines open, whether we are talking or not. So in long distance relationship, that rule is the cardinal rule. That you must talk every day, whether you make us kiana. Silent treatments are out. They are not there in long distance relationships. They are not allowed. They kill the connection.
Yes.
Because we are depending solely on virtual connection. So even if you're not talking, we call each other to breathe on the air, to breathe on the phone. Let the silence be there on the phone. Long distance relationships are not for immature people.
No, they're not.
No.
Yeah.
So we must do the voice notes. We must do the chats as we have always done. Even if you're just reporting routine. So when we part after a date, women always tell the guy, thank you for good time. Even if you did not enjoy it. It's okay, appreciate it.
Yeah.
If he took you out for date.
Yes.
The men should always report, I've arrived home safe.
Yes.
That is a rule. So in fun, well, if you have been somewhere and you finally don't just go like that.
Don't.
Always communicate you're home safe and say it was a nice time.
Yeah.
It's courtesy. Even if this was the last date, teach yourself to say that.
And never see him again.
Exactly.
It's okay. Kuna mtu anasema hapa, hello again. Today it's like you're talking about my banning issues. My hubby is crazy. First of all, because you're calling him crazy, I don't even understand. But hey, my hubby is crazy. He has tapped my phone. All contacts I communicate regularly with them, he has them. All messages go to him. He keeps talking about my phone. I have nothing to hide, but he keeps doing this. I'm bored of his behaviors. He doesn't want me to have male friends. Is this good behavior? He also have girlfriends, but I don't bother because I trust him.
This is the high level of insecurity, and we said, Mugali, to intrude into my space that much is outright disrespect.
Tapping your phone.
Outright disrespect. In fact, it's against the law.
I think it is.
It is.
It is illegal.
Why is she putting up with it? She's too afraid of rocking the boat. She's afraid of threatening. If you don't leave me alone, I'll leave. And then she's told to go. That's what she's afraid of.
Yeah.
These women who come complaining about, and I don't listen to the nonsense myself. I don't listen to horror movie. I don't sit there to swallow nonsense. Why are you putting up with it? Are you so desperate? This woman is always desperate. How can you tap my phone? Excuse me. I have a life. I have me.
Yes.
Mikali, can we announce this? If the relationship is not happier than your single life, go back to single life.
That's what's up.
Please. If you're not coming to help me live to the weight of life, add some flavor and color and we assist each other. If you're coming to torment me, leave. No, marriage is not a calling. You can be happy without marriage. Some women are too needy of marriage, staying married. How can somebody... You mean you can't have a conversation?
All your messages go to him.
And you know it.
And
you're here texting Switch TV.
Yes. Okay. Mukali, this is Rose. Please ask Zulu, what of a partner who refuses to master your number? Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm so sorry. Refuses to master your number, yet has mastered almost all of his friends' numbers. Also, if your partner speaks a different language, and every time they talk to someone, they're not willing to share anything to the point you start worrying. Let's just start with the mastering of the number before we go to the language.
Okay.
Hashiki namba yako.
No, first of all, there are people who have terribly bad memories.
Lakini akona za wengine.
So we are not accusing those who have some dyslexia of some sort of numbers.
Yes, no, we are not.
There's a condition about numbers. It's not dyslexia, but it has a name.
Yes.
The people have a condition. If he cannot master any number, you wouldn't accuse him. But if he has mastered other people's numbers, ask yourself who you are to him then.
Yeah.
Just interpret that. What does it mean? All right? Maybe he doesn't value you as much. When a guy has a crush on a lady, he will capture the number the second time he sees it. Anaipatiwa anaibeba hapo. Because I might lose the phone and I need to talk to that girl.
Yeah.
The phone is off and I need to look for that girl.
You remember that is how we were operating back in
Exactly.
the day. You have to memorize the number.
You have a way to relate. If you value a person, you know so much about them, even more than necessary. When you value a person. You know, with my girl, I know both the former number and the present and the Airtel. I can guess it.
You're doing great.
I must do that.
Let's address the language bit of it. You know, being in a relationship with somebody else and you don't understand their language.
It's a matter of courtesy. Some people do it unknowingly, but you need to bring it up to them.
Okay.
That when you okay, with my people, I can only talk my language. If my girl doesn't understand my language, I may not always interpret, but I can simply tell her this is what we are talking about.
Yes.
With my people. But there are people who you don't need to change to another language. It's like you are changing deliberately to exclude your partner. Now that is suspicious. There are people from home who will never talk to you. Even in Swahili, they can't.
They won't.
They talk to you the way when you were in primary school. They even call you the name after who you are named after. You know they are from home because of the way they introduce themselves.
Yeah.
That is normal. We understand that. And actually, you can tell the tone. But if you change with the people of this kind of age group, our type,
yes,
and suddenly you're discussing, you know, me and you, Mikali, don't need to speak vernacular. Surely we don't. That's not what we do day by day. But if we switch in the presence of a person, what are we saying about them? We're excluding them. So when you feel excluded, bring it up.
Okay.
Always bring it up. And if the person doesn't give you a valid reason, always draw boundaries. Mikali, can you review that? Can you state that? Don't drop your boundaries just because you're in that relationship.
That is so true. And it's so disrespectful. It has happened to me once. There's this guy, he was trying to, woo me and stuff. So we get into an Uber trying to go to, like on a date. And then he speaks in a language I don't understand. And like you said, women have that sixth sense. And something just told me to record what he was saying.
Oh my!
I
Guys,
recorded
before you
it.
play with a woman, be careful.
I recorded it and I sent it to a friend who understands that language. And they called me immediately. They're like, Mikali, where are you? What are you doing? You know, it wasn't, they were talking about me because they knew I couldn't understand.
What?
And because I knew what the intentions were, I did not go back home. I decided to continue and go on the date knowing very well that whatever his plans are will not work out. So it's very disrespectful. And if you have a feeling that it's not being done very well around you, then you should just...
You can always tell the tones, the
You can.
context,
Yes, you
the
can.
body language.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true. Be careful. We are tough. Hi, Mikali. My wife and I know each other's phone pin and social media passwords. We even receive calls meant for each other. We are thriving.
But please don't receive calls meant for your wife. It's disrespectful. Even now I call Mikali and a man picks. You're not thriving some of childishness. Mikali, how do you feel if you call Benjamin and a woman picks?
Maybe you're busy.
I know.
Unless we are friends.
Yes.
Unless we are friends
Yes.
with the couple.
Yes.
Unless you are friends with the couple, then if
If a person is
Zulu
calling
picks,
repeatedly and I know she can't pick, now I can call to excuse me, she will call you back.
yes.
But the regular picking, hello, that is
Them.
shocking. Which number have I called? How
You
do
have
they
like
live?
A second of trauma
Are
right
they
there.
insecure? Now have I been bashed? Now I put somebody in trouble.
Yeah.
So please also measure it.
It's
It's
like
not
way over
necessary.
the top.
And remember, just because I marry you doesn't mean I give up my personal space.
No.
I still have my personal space.
Yes.
Sometimes I just retreat to think, reflect, organize my things. It's not. I just wanted to be. It's not about you. So please, let's also know that the foreigners are that me thing.
Yes.
There are apps you have me I don't need.
Yes.
Things you do with your phone me I don't need.
Yeah.
Can we give each our loved ones freedom to be themselves?